And away we go. We are now on and going through some wonderful things here today. I think it's going to be a good day, and I hope that you are having a good day. But I got to tell you, I am concerned about something, my Facebook friends, as I look at what's happening. Have you seen the news lately? It's really out there a lot about the airlines and what's going on. And it concerns me because I think it's an indication of what's happening in our society. It's like, what is going on here? It really can concern me, and I know it concerns a lot of others. Matter of fact, I've been looking at what's happening, and you probably have seen this as well. So we see what's going on and a lot here. I want to share my screen with you a little bit here and share what is happening on there. I got some videos that I've queued up here so we can show you. It's like I was looking the other day, or just the other day, to see one that I'm sure you've heard of. On United Airlines, it was a passenger Dr. David Dow, a medical doctor who was combative, the officers claimed. And this is what we all saw and saw it happening right here. Let's see. I think there it is. Hearing that screaming is not a good thing. Mercy sakes. And I'm going to stop it right there, but you get the idea of what happened. But by the way, cue in on this. Who was it that was doing it? Not really United Airlines, although they gave the authorization. It was the police officers that were doing it. And you think, why don't they stop? They don't have to do that. And my point is, we're seeing this happen so much. Matter of fact, here's something that happened just recently. Matter of fact, I think this was just last night. Look at this. And there we are. This is from San Francisco NBC television. A gentleman was trying to board United Airlines. Because he pulled out his smartphone and started recording, they canceled his reservation. Now, I understand they have that, but it's like, okay, we're not seeing what happened up to this point. We've got to keep that in mind. And there's a lot going on. But my concern is, what is happening? We're seeing this more and more often. Although, could it just be that now, because we do have our smartphones with us, where I got to hold mine up and say, yeah, because we got our smartphones with us and we are recording things more and we're used to doing that, that's why there is a problem. I don't know. Maybe it happened before and a lot of this stuff still went on. We just didn't see it all. Now, of course, we see that. That could be an issue as well. But here's another thing. Look at this one. This came in just, I think, yesterday or last night. Look at this. Fist fight on Southwest Airlines. Look at this. What are people doing? Fist fight aboard a Southwest flight. What is wrong? And people shooting and fighting and hitting each other. It's like, please, we don't have to resort to physical violence to resolve our problems. Has anyone heard of a thing called talking? Yeah, you talk it out, try to be peaceful, try to get along here. But what's happening? Oh, and then here's another one. Now, this was a little more peaceful, but did you see about this one as well? Delta Airlines. Look at this. Family here, they were booted from a Delta flight over a 2-year-old's seat. So here we are. This has happened. Now, here's what we're going to say. I'm going to stop sharing the screen here a little bit, and I got to talk about this. This is a little bit off of what I normally talk about. Oh, I'm still sharing the screen, but I'm also still playing this. Just a minute. We're going to get rid of that and that and that and that and that. There we go. Okay, so now we're back here on this. But I think as we look at what's going on and we see what is happening, it concerns me. I think that the level of rage and the level of outrage that is in our society seems to me like it's much higher than it's been in a long time. I can't remember a time in my own personal experience that we've seen this. Now, I know in some places, hey, it is happening. Look at Chicago. What's like over 200 murders so far this year, just so far. Whoa, wait a minute. What is going on there? And it's like we seem like we want to jump first to violence. And I see often that happens with the police. Police who are under a lot of pressure, but it's like instead of saying, hey, let's try to talk it down, let's try to be calm here and see what we can do. It's like there's a problem, boom, jump to violence initially. And I think we need to stop. It's time we need to call a timeout worldwide and say, we really don't need to always go to war as the first measure and jump to fisticuffs and fighting and hitting each other and all that. How about if we step back and try to reason? What if we do that? As a matter of fact, I got a feeling that most people would do that. We are seeing, of these four examples that I just showed you, we are seeing something that does not normally get shown on video. Now we've got the combination of the smartphones with really good video, and many people have those now. You're kind of unusual if you don't have a smartphone. And secondly, we have the tools like Facebook and greater bandwidth with LTE than we had before. So it's bringing about something that might have existed before, we just weren't aware of it. Either way, when it's out there in the news, it tends to make us all a little more frustrating. Those of us that fly a lot know that sometimes things go wrong. Hey, that's the way it works. I'm personally a lifetime gold medallion with Delta, and I've flown around the world. So what is it, like 4 times, I think, 37 countries. So I fly a lot. A lot of people have done a lot more than that too. And we've seen that things happen. You know, there's going to be mechanical issues. Look, you're flying on an airplane. It is a thing. Things break. Things go bad. I don't know about your airlines and others, but when I fly Delta, they're kind of funny about this. They only fly when it's safe. They're funny about that. And you know what? I'm glad they are. It's perfectly fine. I'm frankly, I like Delta Airlines. My experience has largely been good. Oh, there's been occasions after over 2 million miles. I think I'm probably closer to 3 now. But of all the flying, there's times when things go bad. But they are doing what they can to try to make it work. And we've got to be able to roll with the punches. Things are going to happen. People are going to get in the way. People are going to be here. Sometimes stepping back and going, okay, hold it. I'm just going to let it happen. Let them do what they want. Let these people do this. Comply with the airlines when the pilot says do something. Hey, do it. You know, unless it's illegal, immoral, and ethical, which I haven't heard of pilots doing that much at all. And so let's go along with that. Let's try to get along. Let's try to stop this, and maybe we can put some of the rage down. You know what I would love to see? Some of the acts of goodness that are now on video, and get those out on the net. Somebody doing something good. And so I would challenge you. Why don't we turn this around? Yes, there's always going to be something that happens. Somebody stepped on somebody's toes. Somebody did something wrong. Why not try to find it? And as we all are out there with our respective smartphones, and we're out doing what we do, traveling, find somebody doing something good. And there's a lot more of that out there. But you know, the good news doesn't always make the news. Maybe we can try it now. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. Please leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Are you seeing more of it now or less? Or is it just that we're more conscious of it right now? It's more of a reticular activating system thing, you know, the RAS, that if we say, if I buy a red car, suddenly I see a lot more red cars on the road, that kind of thing. Well, that might be an issue, but I think that what we want to look at is how can we try to resolve disputes initially by understanding the other person. Try to see it from the other person's point of view. What was it that the Native Americans would say? Walk a mile in the other man's moccasins. Understand where they're coming from. Sometimes people have had a bad day. Sometimes people are a little edgy and they get pushed and then they jump into fight mode. Rather than doing that, take it on yourself to say, okay, hold on, I'm going to step back. Don't get beat up. I mean, you don't get abused, but you just kind of step back, and instead of resorting to violence, let's resort to peace. Let's resort to non-aggression. I love the concept that's out there called the non-aggression principle. You might have heard of that. It's a great little idea that you do not initiate force or coercion. Doesn't mean you're not violent. Sometimes you might have to stop someone that's really bad, that's charging after you to hurt you. Yes, you could embrace violence, but the non-aggression principle, you don't initiate force or coercion. To me, seems like just a good way to live, a good way to get around. So I'll look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you think, and I will look forward to hearing from you. And for those of you who are watching this recorded, I will respond. I watch these particularly closely within the next 24 to 48 hours, and I will respond. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much for joining me, and keep it peaceful.